It's time to shine. A day is made by his grand design. So fill up your cup as you listen in. Wake up in the morning with Shelly on WAPN. On WAPN.
Good Wednesday morning. How are you this morning? It is Worship Wednesday. You know, my favorite kind of day. I love worship music. I love jamming to the tunes. I was up early this morning praying for people and just getting ready to start the day. I was out of town yesterday, and God is so good. Okay, if you know, you know me. I don't like to drive in the rain. I am a Florida person, but I just don't like to drive in the pouring down rain, especially on I-4. So I was in Orlando all day. Loved every minute of it. I went and saw my friend Sharon, and we've been friends for like over 50 years. And so that was very nice. I got to see her son and stuff and just hang out. And I got on the freeway and it was getting dark. And I said, Lord, just do me a favor. Could you just like not let it pour down until I get home? I mean, I don't care if it rained a little, but I just don't want it to be that crazy rain on the freeway. And literally, as I'm backing up into my driveway, it starts raining. But God. He's listening. He wants to do what the desires of your heart are when it's right for you. And that was right for me because I just get too stressed when it's pouring down rain and driving. So thankful about that. Then last night I got to get all dressed up. You know, I love to get dressed up, put on a pretty dress, and went to the I guess the preview, what would it be? Premiere. I guess that would be the word, of showing us what the new event space is like in Port Orange. So the Spread has a new event space, and they did it up right. And it was so nice to see everybody dressed up and having such a good time. And so can't wait to hear more about it. And I was trying to think, you're standing there and you're in this space and you've got a big family and you're going, what can I have here? Can we have like Christmas here? What can we do? So I was already trying to think of what I could do there. So thank you so much for the invite. That was a lovely evening. And I'm cruising on home, and I left a little bit early because I wanted to get home. I was tired. And I hear this honking, and I'm just, it was starting to rain. So I'm just cruising, and I look over, and here is my future, I guess, granddaughter-in-law. I don't know, my grandson's fiance, whatever that is called. And she's just waving at me, and there's my grandson. I'm not used to his truck. So they're waving. It just blessed my heart because my grandson is a sheriff deputy, and I remember one time he was behind me for like miles, and he was tired getting off his shift, and he didn't even notice it was my car. So I thought it was funny that this is my different car. And he noticed me. It just blessed my heart. The little things in life that God does to bless you. And that's what I was thinking about yesterday. Everything was a setup for yesterday. From the moment in the morning, we talked about the rock show and what I'm going to do with that. And I just, been praying and asking God what direction you want. I love it at night, okay? And I love that when we went 2 hours at night. But then other people have been saying I'd like to have it at a different time. And, of course, we mix some music in there. So Jeff and I have been doing this thing on Tuesday where we go live and talk about what's going on. So I've been trying to figure out. Now, I like it Fridays at 6:30 because it's working for the weekend. I'm a weekend kind of girl. Even if I have to work, I just love getting pumped up on Friday morning. And so then we were talking about it. So that was on my mind. I got on the freeway, and literally it was going to have me go through, I don't know what part of Orlando, but I exited where I thought I was supposed to exit. Got there, perfect timing, perfect weather all the way there, perfect traffic all the way there. Had a wonderful time just, hanging out together. And like I said, seeing her son and all that. It was just a great day. God's timing all throughout the day. Everything that had to be done yesterday, God did it. And I just love it when you can look back at your day and know that God did it. He wants the desires of your heart met. He wants to help and lead you and guide you and help you through whatever. He wants to, if you don't want to be in the rain. Now, I don't mind being in the rain around town. I'm not an umbrella kind of girl or anything, but I don't like it on the freeway. And look at how good he is. I was in rain everywhere else, but not on the freeway. But God. And so today I was thinking about it as I was driving into work. Bernadette won't be live, so I've got her show recorded. And then I have a 7 o'clock interview about a big back-to-school drive that's going on in a couple weeks. And so tune in at 7 o'clock to hear all about that. And thank you, everybody that's donated to the back-to-school stuff that we do. We do several. We don't just do one. And we do them in different parts of the town. So I appreciate that people donate for that. Thankful. And we've got shoes to give away. And so just a blessing all around. So very excited about that 7:00 interview. And like I said, I'm going to go do some other stuff that need to be taken care of and just take care of today. Today is going to be a great day. We are halfway through July. How are we halfway through July? I mean, I feel like we just started July and we're halfway through it. Time is just going so fast. And I don't want to have any woulda, coulda, shoulda, wouldas. I want to be able to say, my time was spent well. I loved my people that I love. I did the things I want to do. And I got to be part of this wonderful community. I got to do the craziness things, I talk about that. My dad was the front runner in a lot of stuff. He was, he would be the person that would say yes. He would say, yeah, let's go ahead and do Spanish programming in the middle of the afternoon. Yeah, let's do this. He was that person. And I'm very thankful that I said yes to the rock show. If you don't know, I don't know where you've been under a rock or something, but we have Christian rock every night at 6:00. And when the preaching ends, the Jesus rock begins. And so as I was jamming down to Fort Orange yesterday, I was listening to the station and I was listening to Jim Raley, and in between Jim Raley, it came on and here's a rock song and I was just giggling. I said, listen to that. My dad's cruising with me on the road because my dad, I grew up in rock and roll radio stations. So I loved it. And I went to the event. I got back in my car. Great Christian rock music, and it just blessed my heart. So I'm very thankful that I said yes, and I'm very thankful for the music and the outreach and who it's reaching. And so pray as I make a decision of where else I would like it to pray. One part of me says in the middle of the night, because I know that the highways and the byways and people are out cruising and people that are really seeking and searching for the Lord. And I thought, okay, middle of the night, Lord. And then on the other flip side, I'm spoiled. And I said, I like it when I'm starting off my weekend, Lord, and no matter if I work or not on Friday, I want it to get me going on Friday morning, pump you up to get your day going. So just pray for me as I'm making decisions and, figuring it all out. God's got it. He'll guide me and lead me like he does on everything else. This is his station. This is y'all's station. I might be the person that programs, or I might be the smiling face behind the camera, but it is everybody's station. And I love that our listeners, not only do they support us financially, and thank you so much for supporting us. If you'd like to support us, 1508 State Avenue in Holly Hill. You can come by the station. If I'm not here, there is a mail drop. You can go to our website, WAPN.net. Support us right there. Become a monthly partner. Every $5 makes a difference. Like I always say, your dollars, your hundreds, your thousands, whatever, it really does make a difference. And I appreciate each and every one of you that have become a monthly partner and are thinking about becoming a monthly partner. So thank you for doing that. But you support me in so many different ways. You support by becoming a monthly partner or a one-time gift partner. You support us by having a show on WAPN, because all those shows on WAPN cover the day-to-day needs of WAPN. You support us by dropping off brand new shoes so that we can give to the shoe drives or be part of a shoe drive, and the school supplies that come through the door, and even like the towels. Right now we're collecting for Family Renew. And so if you've got new items to give to Family Renew, I would love to do 30 things of laundry soap, 30 things of shampoo, 30 things of deodorant. I would just love to fill their shelves with, all kinds of products. So maybe you say, hey, I'm out and about and I could pick up some laundry soap or some shampoo or deodorant or toothpaste or, things like that. Please do that. The campaign is going on the whole month of August. We'll be collecting items for Family Renew right here in Holly Hill. And it's a step-up program for families, and they educate them, and they help them save, and they help them learn, and help them get a good start. And so that's very near and dear to my heart. So I'm very thankful that we get to participate in the different things of the town. I'm thankful that we have our police chief that stops by here, once a month and gives us updates on what's going on in our city. And right now there's a big campaign about speeding. And so this week, there's a lot of extra police officers out there and a big campaign about slowing down. And I was thinking about, as I'm driving, to Granada, and the new sign above Granada is 30's the new 35. because they lowered the speed limit there. And so you got to be paying attention. So I was thinking about that this morning, that we got to hear about that and be part about that in our community. That's what's important to me here at WAPN. That yes, that we pray for you. Yes, that, you know, you hear a good word. Yes, that Jesus is the reason for everything. And so those are always going to be the most important backbone of WAPN, is to win souls to Christ, to pray for you. But I like being in the community, and I like participating and being out and about. And so I'm very thankful for the things that I get to do, like this week going to the spread last night. And of course, on Friday, I'm going to a women's event, and I appreciate being able to juggle and go to these things. So thank you for allowing me to be the smile behind the mic and allowing me to be part of this community and a part of the different ministries in this area. So maybe you've heard the station and say, well, how do I get on the air? Super easy. Best thing to do is email me, WAPN@WAPN.net. I'd love to get you in here for an interview if I've never interviewed you. Super easy to get on the air. It's $35 a week for 15 minutes. That's the minimum you can buy a week, is 15 minutes. We can get you started right away. And if you come in live, like I'm live right now, you're not only live here and around the world with this technology, but you're also on Facebook Live, and you're also streaming YouTube, which our YouTube channel is WAPN 91.5 FM. So there's all kinds of different things. A very special little place. I call it my sanctuary. When I come around that corner, I just feel the Spirit of the Lord. And this place is just special. And I'm thankful for every ministry that's part of WAPN, laymen and ministries and churches, and just everybody that comes in here and does a show or talks about their stuff or whatever. Thank you for being part of this family. Thank you for being part of 91.5 FM and WAPB 91.7 FM. So we are blessed. I am blessed. I'm thankful. I'm thankful for the prayers. I'm thankful for the people that message me every day and check on me, or, you know, encourage me or strengthen me. And I hope that when you listen to WAPN, something encourages you. I hope that somebody prays for you when you have a need. You know, my friend Lonnie's been in the hospital, and hopefully he'll be out by this weekend. But I've known him over half my life. And I'm so honored to be able to pray for him and his wife and stand in the gap for them when they're going through this, you know, and that's what this station is. We're standing in the gap with you when you're going through something, and rejoicing with you when you're going through something amazing. So thankful. Well, let's get our favor on. Let's get this day going, and I'll be back live at 7:00, and then we'll hear all things back to school. Do our favor. Continue expecting God's favor in the midst of your challenges. Whatever is going on, God's got you. And he's going to just help you through whatever it is. It is Worship Wednesday, July 15th, 2026. 90 today with a low of 74. Madison, 90 with a low of 74. Same again. It's been twice this week. They've been saying afternoon thunderstorms, of course. Vic's birthday today. Christina and Vicky, happy birthday, happy anniversary to anybody celebrating. You know, I'm a foodie. Today is National Hot Dog Day. I do love a good hot dog, or a hot dog with chili. Yummy. Remember, next Friday, if you want to volunteer, 9:00. If you're in need of food, get in line. Starts at 11:00. Calvary Christian Center, Daytona Dream Center, and Second Harvest Food Bank, our big food drop 10 days before Christmas. 10 days before school starts. I have Christmas on the mind today. Maybe I want cooler weather. But that is next Friday, the 24th, the big food drop. We all have a wonderful, great Worship Wednesday. Tune in at 7:00 to find out more information about stuff that's going on in our town. Send me those flyers, WAPN@WAPN.net. God bless.